when you're planning to be a better version of yourself, I want you to also plan for the days that feels so winterish, for the days that are not so exciting. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, you are highly welcome. My name is Official Benedicta, and this page is all about encouragement, motivation, and everything that has to do with you being a better version of yourself. I know you're like, girl, why do you look like this? That is because I'm stepping out soon, and I'm like, let me just, do this unfiltered, video with my subscribers today, While I'm like just doing a very light makeup, I just want us to talk about something, okay? By the way, this is my dressing room. I know you're not used to this room, you're used to the other room, right? I just want a glowy look, right? You can see my upper face is like really clean, right? But underneath, because I have PCOS, right? And that just most of the time leaves me with scars because I have hairs here. So that's why usually you see I have, this dark spot underneath my chin. So what I'm just doing is I'm just, just filling in the part that is affected by my PCOS. And let's get straight to the reason why I'm making this video today. I want us to talk about the importance of training ourselves and, just practicing on having this particular skill I'm about to talk about, which is having the ability to get things done even when your emotions are in the way, because this is a very serious and deep topic that people hardly talk about, right? Basically, it is normal for you to say that you're going to do productive things, right? But have you ever thought of days you feel off? Have you ever thought of that? You don't just feel like yourself, either due to, body changes. If you're a woman, you understand, or it could be life. What if there's a what if? Have you ever thought of that? Have you ever thought, do I still get productive even when my mood is off? Do I still get productive even when I'm in a bad mood? If you're a lady, do I still get productive if my hormones are like messing with me and it's just putting me off, right? If you're a guy, do you ask yourself, do I still get productive? Something doesn't go your way, or something spoils your mood, or basically if you're a human in general, when you're planning for you achieving and doing things that are productive, do you plan for the days that feels off? No, we don't, right? And that is why most of the times we find ourselves procrastinating, or not being consistent, or not being disciplined, or not just doing what we promised ourselves to do, right? And that is why I'm having this conversation with you, because I want you to train yourself on the skill. Because if you have the ability to still show up for yourself, still do productive things, still be consistent with things you've dedicated your mind in doing, right? If you can still do all these things even when you're in a bad mood, you've cracked the code. You have cracked the code to being consistent. You have cracked the code to being disciplined. You have cracked the code to showing up for yourself regardless the weather, the situation, the issue, or your mood. Okay? And oftentimes people skip this part when they have their goal sets. They tell themselves, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. People often skip this part, and that is what I've come to talk to you about it. Why are you skipping it? Like, why? When you're planning to let's say practice something new, or be productive, or when you're having your new year resolutions, when you're having your plan set out, when you're having things you want to do for yourself, plan for the days you're off. Yes. So as you're planning to go 100 for yourself on days whereby you feel good, you're okay to to do those things, to be productive, plan for days that when I'm off, do I do 10%? When I'm off, when I'm feeling off, do I do 30% of what I should be doing normally? Do I do 50? Do I do 70? Or do I do 100? Depending on how good you are with the skill, right? So that is something most of the time people just forget talking about. Everybody is always, just focusing on achieving the goal. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm going to be so consistent, I'm going to show up for myself, I'm going to be so dedicated, I'm going to be this, that, I'm going to like. But have you asked yourself, on days whereby everything just feels shattered, on days whereby my mood is off, on days whereby something just happens? If you're a woman, you know that we have follicular phase, the ovulation phase, luteal phase, and the menstrual phase. So if you're a woman, what if you're in your luteal phase, you're in your menstrual phase? How do you battle? How do you survive with life? What do you do? What are the things? Do you like still show up for yourself but in a less manner, or do you just just skip and just run away until maybe you're out of that phase? If you're a man, if something goes off that you don't plan, basically, how do you handle it? How do you handle all these things? So these are the things you should be aware of. Okay, so uh as you're planning to be a better version of yourself, have productive days, be productive, be this, be that, be amazing, be spontaneous. It's always good to plan for those crazy days, because trust me, you're human, it will definitely come. Okay, nobody's perfect. All right, and the way to do this is by still being aware of yourself. Yes, by still being aware of yourself. That is why I'm always talking about awareness. Try to study yourself, try to study your patterns, try to know who you are, try to know what you can do, try to know what you cannot do. Okay? Know your advantages, know your disadvantages. Because whereby you know all these things, trust me, it will make life really easy for you, and trust me, you'll be able to like achieve a lot in life, right? But whereby you're like just ignorant about things like this, trust me, you're still going to keep going circles and circles and circles. When you start a promise you made to yourself, you end up falling back and not doing it. Yes, on days that you don't feel like doing anything, on days whereby things don't go your way, what do? Do you still show up for yourself? Do you still hit the gym? Do you still uh you know do that thing you promised to do for yourself? Do you do them? Okay, so we're almost done with this video. That I just wanted to like draw your attention to this, because by the way, I'm using eyeshadow palette to do my lips. That's one thing I love about makeup. Makeup is all about creativity. Just get creative. I have lipsticks, actually. I have lip liners. I just want to use this today. So yeah, I wanted to draw your attention to this, because everybody's always talking about New Year resolution. I'll do this for myself, I'll do that for myself, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do that. Plan for your winter days. Okay, I'm coming, babes, I'm coming. I'm just having a special conversation with my subscribers. Okay, so let me just wear my hair and I'll be back to give you an assignment. Okay, stay with me. The sun looks good. I just love me good sun kisses. Like, see how glowy and beautiful this looks. The assignment I want to give you today is, when you're planning for the productive things you want to do, the beautiful things you want to do, the tasks you want to do, your projects, going to the gym, lifestyle, whatever the case is, I want you to do something. Okay, when you're planning to be a better version of yourself, I want you to also plan for the days that feels so winterish, for the days that feels really, quiet, sad, stressful, for the days that are not so exciting, right? For the days you feel down. And most of the times why I use going to the gym, okay, as an example, is because that is like one of the hardest things to be consistent in the gym, right? You might have other areas of your life you really want to work on, not necessarily the gym, okay? So when you hear me say the gym, it's just like the easiest example, the easiest hardest example that I can give you, right? But other areas of your life that you want to be a better version of yourself, once you tell yourself, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, plan for those days that you might be down, plan for those days that you might not have that 100% energy to deliver and do those things that you've promised to do for yourself, okay? So, and that is the assignment. Go plan for those days. Ask yourself those questions. What if I am down? What if I am feeling sad? Will I still go to the gym? Will I still eat healthy? Will I still do that project, work on that project? Will I still show up for myself? Will I still go for those classes? Will I still take up that training for that day? Will I still read? It could be anything you're passionate about, okay? Because one thing about being a better version of yourself, it could be in any area. It doesn't have to be in the same area that I'm talking about, okay? You can be a better version of yourself in any area of your life. It could be spiritual. You could promise to show up consistently, communicating with God. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be the example that I'm giving. People have different realities, people have different goals, people have different wants, okay? So whatever your goal is, whatever your want is, whatever your desires are, whatever goals you've set for yourself, and also plan for days that you feel sad, plan for days that you feel down, plan for days that you're not just your 100% self. And trust me, that is the best way to stay consistent. That is the best way to show up for yourself. That is the best way to be dedicated. Yes, that is the assignment. Go ask yourself those questions, okay? And go plan for those days, okay? Because they would come, because you're human, okay? So yeah, that's it for today. By the way, how do I look? Babe, are you done?
Yes, sharply.
Someone is looking tea. Oh, baby, you look good. Oh, baby.
Amazing.
I know you. Can you help me with this, please?
Yeah. Your hair.
Thank you, babe. So I'll soon be done. Are you done?
Yeah.
Are you waiting for me?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just my
So,
shoe.
are you sure you're not missing anything now?
I'm not missing anything.
Yeah. Gloss and everything,
Yeah, babe, please can you help me get my lip gloss?
Where is it?
It's in my dressing room.
Your makeup table, yeah?
Yeah. Thank you, babe. Yeah. So guys, basically that is it. That's the assignment I want you to go do today, okay? Just sit with yourself, reflect with yourself, ask yourself, on days that I'm feeling down, on days that I'm feeling sad, on days that I have less motivation, how do I still show up consistently? Do I do 10%? Do I do 5%? Do I do 20%? Do I do 50%? And trust me, when you practice this over time, it will get to a stage that you would literally do 90% or 80%, even on those days that you feel very low, okay? So just try and practice this, and trust me, you will be consistent and disciplined, okay? Make sure to subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that you would be the first to see my videos, okay? I love you. Make sure to like, share, and drop a comment. Please share, because this might hit hard for someone and help somebody out there, okay? Bye. Ciao.